Hello, magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Good evening and we are live. We are live now. Welcome to Life Coach Corner, and we are now in a series of sharing to you a different mental models, and we call it Coach Like a Pro with Mental Models. So every person has the potential to have a deeper and more meaningful conversation with their peers and loved ones. So discover how top coaches and leaders use mental models to break past surface level conversation and achieve real result with their clients. So get ready to understand how to weave mental models into coaching process by listening to coaching practitioners and learning how they can bring structure, clarity, and depth into every coaching session, helping their clients go from incremental progress to transformational change. So, Life Coach Corner is a groundbreaking initiative by Life Coach Philippines International and is dedicated to fueling the growth of coaching professionals and enthusiasts. So, our commitment is to empower the coaching community with essential resources, strategies, transforming coaching into a thriving profession. So if you know of anyone, if you're a coach, coming into this space, even if you're watching this on a replay, mag-hashtag replay po kayo so that we will know that you're here in our space. But at the same time, this is really for you. So tagging along, all the friends and all people whom you have known who's interested into life coaching or who wants to become a life coach or their life coaches. Tag them along in this space because this episode and everything that we have been sharing since November is actually for coaching entrepreneurs and those who are practicing life coaching. So we're streaming live. We're streaming live through the pages of Life Coach Philippines International, Life Coach Philippines Eastern Visayas, Life Coach Philippines Oman, Life Coach Philippines Kuwait, Life Coach Philippines Calabarzon, Life Coach Philippines Tacloban, Davao, and Central Luzon. So don't keep us a secret. No, tag along your friends. Let them join us here. So if you are yet to visit our home, the home of the CACC Life Coaches of Life Coach Philippines, we are located conveniently inside Pioneer Center compound at Pioneer Road, corner Brixtons and United Street, Capitolio, Pasig City. And we're open 5 p.m. to 5 a.m., ready to keep you hashtag up all night. So to avail of our complimentary coaching sessions, connect now with Coach Rizal through 0917-586-1661. So I believe it's been a couple of months. I believe we started August or September, been sharing the different mental models in the different platforms. And we are back now to sharing here in Life Coach Corner on mental models. And this is actually a big deal. This is a very important learning for each and everyone, especially for coaches, whose meaning really wanted to practice. So when you talk about mental models, these are actually deeply ingrained belief of how the world function and have been studied since the 1940s. And there's over about 200,000 mental models that you can use on a day-to-day basis, depending on the situation you're in. So if you're a coach and you're listening to me right now and you're learning mental models, you have actually a trunk of knowledge which you can use when you are facilitating your clients. You can teach them this so that they can come up with better decision making. So mental models allows you to think innovatively and make informed decisions and act more intelligently. So as we embark in today's sharing and in today's journey, I invite each and every one of you to really open up yourself to learning, get the key insight from this episode, gain actionable strategies, and remember that giving is a hallmark of empowered individuals. So if you're one person, if you're one person who desires to join us, we have actually an upcoming mental model masterclass this November 25. So let me invite you to join us in this powerful class. Connect now at 0917-586-1661 so that you get really that learning, so that you can be more courageously and confidently facilitating your client through the process of life coaching. Yeah, So as I've said, mental models is a powerful learning that can truly help you become the best of who you are by really making beautiful or better or objective decision making. So, welcome to today's episode. May I just say welcome to all our kindred coaches in the house. We have Coach Tintin, happy birthday, and we have Coach Colleen. Coach Lynn, thank you so much for joining us tonight, no? And as I've said, no, tag along your friends so that they can join us here because we're going to be having a beautiful discussion on a particular mental model. So today I'm going to be sharing about the 80-20 rule or the 80-20 principle or the Pareto principle. So the 80-20 principle reveals that 80% of results often comes from your 20% effort. 'Di ba we always say this that I want to give my 100%. And oftentimes than not, kahit hindi mo nga na nagagawa no hindi mo nagagawa yung 100%, if you have the strategy and if you have the know-how, you can do 20%, getting all of the 80% together, no? So by identifying and focusing on these high impact activities, no, you can make meaningful progress without spreading yourself too thin. Sometimes when we're so passionate about something, we are all over the place. No, hindi na nga tayo natutulog. But the 80-20 rule or the 80-20 principle or the Pareto principle will help you do something to be more strategic, to simply do the 20%, no? And get the 80%. It doesn't mean that you ignore it, but what we're trying to say, there is a strategy so that you can get the 80% na hindi ka pagod na pagod sa katatakbo. Excuse me. So today we're going to be talking on focus what matters, unleashing the 80-20 principle. And this mental model is best used, no? Best used for productivity, excuse me, prioritization, and resource management. Especially po, pag kulang na kulang yung budget, no? Kaway-kaway sa mga mothers dyan, no? Kulang yung budget, kulang yung iyong mga gagamitin in terms of resources, ano yung uunahin? Prioritizing so that you can have the result that you want. No? So, focus on what matters, unleashing the 80-20 80-20 principle. And I remember growing and not growing up, but when I started to really when I become a mom, no, I was kind of having some struggle. I always wanted to make things perfect. Even if I'm not perfect, I want things to be better. Gusto ko pagkagising ko ng umaga, everything is really good. Everything is talagang planchado na lahat. I mean, paggising, kalmado ka, no? So, ang nangyayari no is you want to really make things as it should be. No, you want to really predict, you want to really be able to control. But when you wake up in the following morning, hindi naman lahat turns out to be the way you want it. But I realized that pag meron kang ginawang preparation, no, kahit hindi malaki, no, you do only the 20%, the following day, you will be able to really be able to get the kind of result that you want. No, kasi pag nandyan ka na, ura-urada, takot ka na, no, you're doing a lot of things, you'll be all over the place. Ako pa naman no, during that time, no, I was not yet a life coach, madali po akong mairita, madali akong magpanic, marami akong anticipation na nakakapag-trauma sa akin. So, I came to a point and I came to a space where I started learning how to really manage the things that I'm doing, no. At the time, I didn't know the 80-20 rule. And had I known it, no, I could have really skip, no, skip the anger, skip the bitterness, skip being a monster mom. So for all the moms out there, no, you can use the 80-20 rule in whatever you are doing so that you can really truly manage home without being stressed out, no? So when you talk about the 80-20 rule, no, yes, effortless activity, Coach Tin. Yan din yung naisip ko when I was really preparing for this Life Coach Corner, no? So, when you talk about the 80-20 rule, there are three powerful questions that you need to ask yourself. So, what 20%, first question, what 20% of your task drive the greatest outcome? What 20% of your tasks drive the greatest outcome? You see, when you talk about the 80-20 rule, it is also known, no, it is where you apply what we call the Pareto analysis. It was first used, no, for as a background, it was first used in macroeconomics to describe the distribution of wealth in Italy in the early 20th century. It was introduced in 1906 by the Italian economist Vilfredo Pareto. Kaya nga Pareto rule po tayo, who is best known for the concept of Pareto efficiency. No? So Pareto noticed that 20% of the pea pods in his garden, no, nagtatanim siya in his pea pods, were responsible for the 80% of the peas. No? Yung kanyang peas. No? So Pareto expanded this principle to macroeconomics by showing that 80% of the wealth in Italy was owned by 20% of the population. And I remember during the Master Builder Apprenticeship, Master Coach A taught us, no, that when you are able to, at the time we were actually raising funds for our Master Builder Apprenticeship. No, it was kind of the filter of Master Coach A then was really a big sum of enrollment. But at the time, Master Coach A also know that we don't have that, like in a split second, we don't have that money. We have to be able to generate it, get it, so that we can enroll in the Master Builder Apprenticeship program. And so if you really wanted, no, you really wanted so much, Master Coach A taught us, no, the 80-20 rule. I remember that time there was a class and it was discussed that in the community, 100% of the community, you cannot tap all of them to help you. Some of them may not even believe you. Some of them don't understand what you're doing. But there will be 20%. You tap the right people in the community, and they will be the one to be able to finance you. And I remember that this is the same principle. I just didn't know before that it was Pareto rule. When we were doing Kairos course, facilitation course, no, that we tap into the different people, no, but we only get a few of them who believe in what we do, who understand and was with us in the mission. And these were the people who really gave the funds so that we can start the mission work. No, so ito po siya, no, 80-20 rule, no, 20% lang ng community. Tapos umandar na po, nakuha na namin, napaandar na po namin yung mission that we were doing. That was prior Typhoon Yolanda. And one of the things that when I was preparing this Life Coach Corner talk, no, this sharing, with the question, what 20% of your tasks drive the greatest outcome? I remember too that during the Master Builder, no, it was not Master Builder Apprentice, but sa kasabay po ng Master Builder Apprenticeship, Master Coach A um, gave us a scholarship on public speaking. And in that public speaking, she taught us the one pager. She taught us the one pager. And the one pager, like everybody did the one pager. And at the time, what I truly wanted was to level up my practice. I want to be known as a public speaker, but at the same time, I want also to really level up for people to understand that I'm a private practitioner and I do coaching clinic. Now I want the community to know that I am a life coach and I give one-on-one coaching program. I am also a trained public speaker, and I am also into the advocacy of mental health. So, with the one pager, which is my 20%, I went to the different organization. No, at the time I really hooked up. I just didn't call anybody. I called like people who are close to me and I asked them, whom do you know in DSWD? Whom do you know in DOSD? Whom do you know in, that's what I asked. No, I just a phone away. It was just a phone away. Whom do you know? Can you please ask them if I can be given like a 20-minute, a 30-minute, and I would just like to have a courtesy call. And with that one pager, I went to the different, it's just one pager. I went to the different organization whom I was connected by my friends, gave just really a 20-minute, 20-minute to 30-minute. Max na po yung 30-minute. I gave my one pager, introduced myself, what my advocacy was, what I was capable of. And lo and behold, nabigay ko po lahat yan. And with that one pager, I got my 80%. People started inviting me to become to speak on mental health. Now I'm leveling up as a public speaker, doing the advocacy that I want in mental health. And at the same time, because of the public speaking, people who wanted my service for one-on-one coaching, group coaching, came into also into my space. So nakuha ko po yun, no? It was just a one pager. So yun po yung aking 20% that gave me the greatest outcome. So if you are a mom or if you're someone working in the office, what is your 20% that can get you the greatest outcome? No? Kasi meron po, pag na-hit nyo po yun, makukuha nyo na po yung inyo pong ibang gustong magawa. No? So it's just like in the 1940s, Dr. Joseph Juran, no, a prominent figure in the field of operations management, he applied the 80-20 rule. He applied the 80-20 rule, no, to a quality, no, to a quality control. Yung po yung ginagawa niyo, quality control for business production. And he demonstrated that 80% of product defects were caused by 20% of the problem in the production method. Imagine 80% yung nagkasakit, hindi maganda yung quality dahil lang may 20% na hindi nakita, no, na inaayos doon sa production. So by focusing on and reducing the 20% of production problems, a business could increase the overall quality of its product. So Juran referred to this phenomenon as the vital few and the trivial many. So kasama din po siya sa mental model. So ask yourself, what can I do? What am I doing right now that kung ito ay tutukan ko, no, maibibigay niya yung mga iba pang pangangailangan ko. No, and I also remember when I talk about 20%, I remember also as a life coach, if you're a practitioner, you will be taught on niching. The master coach has been very, when I was still new in the program, especially in upskill, I was one of the first foundational member din po ako ng upskill. We were taught about niching. Yan po yung unang mapupuntahan mo if you go to upskill, no? Niching. Because pag nakuha mo po yung niche mo, it will get you the result that you want. Kasi kaysa naman kahit saan ka, kahit anong sasabihin mo, kahit anong kukwento mo, kahit anong pag-reach out mo, kasi hindi mo alam ano yung niche mo, ano yung avatar mo. Ang mangyayari, no, kulang po yung iyong makukuhang you will not be able to really connect at sayang, magiging ang effort mo talaga sayang. Kaya nga po sa Life Coach Philippines International, Master Coach is keen on really strengthening our voice for a particular niche. So, yun po yung una naming pinag-aralan po yung niching, no, para alam namin kung pag nagsalita kami, kuha na namin kasi alam namin kung sino yung talagang magko-connect sa amin. No, niching is 20%. No, it's 20%, no, when you talk about Pareto principle, it's a 20% that can deliver you the 80%. Now, the next question that you can ask yourself, if you want to really use the 80-20 rule, is how can you structure your day to focus on high impact action? On high impact action. And I remember, natapos ko lang, I think 3 days ago, natapos ko po yung effortless productivity. This is a program by Master Coach inside Drusuko. And if you're interested with this one, if you're one person having some struggles right now, no, you're procrastinating, you're not getting, the kind of result that you want, but you want to level up, you can connect with me 0975995238 so that I can walk you through effortless productivity, no? Or you can connect with Coach Risa 0917-586-1661. So when you talk about effortless productivity, the greatest learning I've got in there is you being able to identify, no, your proactive time. Yung oras na mataas yung energy mo, mataas yung focus mo, because even if it's just an hour, because you are actually, this is the time where you're most proactive, you will be able to do, no? Konti lang yan, 20% lang kasi sabihin na natin, no, like an hour or two, that's just 20% of the 24 hours po. No? Kung isipin mo, ika-quantify mo, but you get the 80%, you get what you want, na di-deliver sa'yo because yan yung proactive time mo. So it's really important. Yes, ako ay nakuha ko na yan, Coach Lynn. Yes, I did that. Tinutukan ko talaga yan siya. So how can you structure your day to focus on high impact action? As I've said, in effortless productivity, you have to be able to identify ano yung pinaka-productive mong araw. So, how to structure your work day for maximum productivity, ito po, no? Again, effortless productivity. Number one, identify the time of the day when you're most proactive. Diba? So yan na, nasa effortless productivity po yan. Then you set your priorities for the next day. So anong hindi nagawa ngayon? Kasi, di ba, for those that is not really a priority, high priority, you do it in your less product, in your less productive time. So pwede probably, like for me, I have identified it, pag nasa bahay po talaga ko, it's 11 to 12, no? And I would be proactive again, babalik po yan, no, between 3 to 4. So I'm able to really do much in that particular time. So ikaw, ano yung most productive time mo? Then you set the priorities. Yung excess, no, yung less of the priority can be done the following day. And I remember, I think it was Coach Rizal who talked about the Eisenhower matrix. And I think Coach Lynn also talked about the other day on Eisenhower matrix, where you identify the urgent and important. Yun po yung mauuna. Kasi yun yung that's the need that you need to do in your most productive time, so that you are really be able to get the how do you call it? You are able to get the output that you most want. And of course, definitely work on difficult tasks first. Again, Eisenhower matrix. And I remember in one of the class, the Master Coach A taught us about eating the frog first. So kung ano yung pinaka-difficult, yun munang-unang gagawin. Kasi pag yan ay nagawa mo, all the little things, all the simple things, all the less complex will just be so easy even if madami siya. Kasi nagawa mo na. It has an impact to your brain. And of course, definitely you group similar tasks together. You schedule breaks, no? I remember, no, kailangan mo ng breaks, no? Yung 5-minute no, na break para makahinga yung brain, and you go back to creativity. So schedule your break, no? Importante po yun, no? Then you allocate extra time for challenging tasks, and you review the progress throughout the day. So it's very important. So it's very important. Yes, sabi ni Coach Lynn, eat the frog. Yeah, favorite the Coach Candy thing, no? Oh yeah, Eisenhower matrix and fractal productivity is something that was taught to us also. It's another type of mental models that we have been taught, no? So yes, Coach Tin, tama ka. Attention management is most, no, than time management. So it's very important. Kaya nga, number one on the list is to identify your proactive time. So you structure your day in such a way that you will be able to get things done. Kasi pag nakuha mo na yung pinaka-difficult, that's the 20%, then definitely it would be easy to get the 80%, which are the trivial ones. So yung mga madali na lang yun kasi sabi nga, you eat the frog na kasi. Kaya madali na lang pong makuha, no? So the most difficult task most probably is your 20%, but because you're able to do it, tumaas na yung energy mo, yung focus mo na sharpen, yung creativity mo ay talagang nandyan na. So madali na lang po yung sunod-sunod na paggawa doon sa 80% na natitira. Now, the third question, no, that you need to ask yourself is that ang pangatlong question is which task take up the most time but offer the least value? Because sometimes especially, one of the things that I know that I have an addiction is that whenever tumutunog yung cellphone, kukunin mo kaagad, no? Titingnan mo. At kahit naman hindi emergency, sasagutin mo. No, sasagutin mo, tuloy, it's taking out, no, that precious time that you could have been productive, no? So you have to be able to identify which tasks take up the most time but offer least value, because when you are able to identify this one, yun po yung like effortless productivity. Again, ilalagay mo lang siya po sa lower, how do you call it? You put it in the lower list of the priority, or you're able to do some delegation. For example, scheduling meetings and call. These are something that you actually can delegate to people. Scheduling task, hindi naman kailangan ng pag-iisip na malalim, no? Hindi na kailangan ng maraming tulong at yung talagang how do you call it? Kailangan ng pagtuunan mo talaga, no? Pwedeng may ibang gumawa nito, no? So if you're not working with an assistant, there are teammates that you can, if you're working in the office and you have so much in your plate, no? So you delegate the list of the things that pwede mong i-delegate, no? Pwede mong i-delegate, kaya ng teammate mo, no? pwede mo pong ibigay na yan para hindi ka na po mahirapan. And again, no, there are, if you're a mom also, kaway-kaway sa mga mother, no, may marami tayong gagawin sa bahay, and oftentimes na kahit yung pagpakain sa mga bata, no, if you prepare the food, no, ngayon uso na po yung how do you call it, self yung self-led feeding, yung ibigay po dun yung pagkain sa bata, matuto siya sa motor development niya, tapos natututo siya sa texture of food, no, kasi hindi yung sinusubuan. No, so it can be that, no, so that you can take care of the rest of the work that you needed to do, no. Kaway-kaway lang po, naalala ko lang po yung mga nanay. Another list, no, is responding to notification. So yun nga, no, kasi pag tinitingnan natin yung ating mga cellphone, we kind of feel na emergency, but it's not. That's why it's important that you are able to designate a focus time. Now during focus time, lahat ng hindi essential, hindi mo natitingnan. And the rest, no, yung mga notification, these are disruptors, they sap our energy, they take the most of our time, no, yun po ay pwedeng ilagay na lang sa designated time. Designated time to answer that. And if you go to effortless productivity, doon sa zero, no, email, zeroing your email, meron pong tinuro si Masako that there will be, you know, you segregate your emails, tas meron pong ilalagay mo kung kailan mo ito babasahin. The rest, you can put it in the garbage. Usually in the morning po, now when I open usually in the morning, I open my email because this is where I get my Bible reading schedule. Nandyan po, no? And usually I would take on at least 5, no, na feeling ko, hindi ko naman babasahin. It's not important to me. Yung mga pumapasok lang ng mga advertisement, lahat na yan, pak, inisa ko na, tas delete na yan, no? Ginagawa ko na. And the rest, yun po yung nilalagay ko sa mga folder which can be read later, no? So yun po, no, it's important that hindi ka magdidwell doon, no. So those are the things. Responding to notifications, sorting emails is one thing also that you need to work into. Editing and proofreading, some leaders and executives have a hard time, no, relinquishing control of editing and proofreading, no. Kaway-kamay po sa mga book writers ngayon. We're doing our challenge, no. We're doing a book writing before the year end. We desire that, no, and we can actually, this is important, no, this is important, but there are times that you can designate it, no, kasi pang yung towards the end, no, mayroon naman pong tutulong sa atin. So importante ngayon isulat-sulat, wag mag-stop, no. Naku, yung grammar ko, naku, yung ano, it's something that hindi muna natin, no, sulat ka muna kasi later on pwede pong balikan yan, so that pag nasulat mo na lahat, at least, no, kasi ang nangyayari, correct ko ng correct, tuloy wala kang nasulat. Yeah, ang galing ng zero inbox. Yes, Coach Lynn, no? So, importante po yun, no? No, na especially if you're also a leader and you have so much in your plate, editing and proofreading is something that you can actually delegate, no? At meron na rin pong mga, 'di ba, Coach Lynn, meron na ding mga nagko-correct na mga apps that you can use for this one, no? Importante din 'yon, no? At saka yung one of the things also that can truly, well, it's valuable maybe because you're excited, but it actually zap energy. One of the things that I've been really practicing is that if I can delegate it, and if there's someone who can do it for me much better, much more faster than me, then I'll give it to the person. One of it is travel details. So, dati kasi ako ang magbubook, sumasakit ang ulo ko kasi hindi naman po kasi ako that techy. So, there are mga instruction na hindi ko nagigets, no? Tuloy na may mess up, tapos nagkakainisan na kasi hindi naman. So, travel details, you can just give it to someone. And of course, right now, we have our digital asset, no? May digital asset kami doon on sa travel details, no? So pwede niyo po, if you want to book a flight, we have that, no? Just connect, no, with anyone of Coach Lynn nandiyan, no? You can connect with them so that matulungan ka, no? Mayroon talagang mag-take care of that, no? Hindi na ikaw kasi may mas gusto kang focus. Then of course, you have to be able to read when you talk about redesigning daily workload. It's possible and it's huge step in becoming more productive. So once ma-pinpoint mo yung low work value, no, kailangan marirealize mo na itong mga low work value constrict actually your time. And so you can actually delegate it. And it's not easy. It's not easy, especially if you're one person who's a perfectionist and you're on OCD. Gusto mo talaga kung ano yung sinabi, yun ang masusunod. Because one of the things that you just need to understand is just when you delegate, you have to orient well, practice and train well people so that they'll be able to do the things that they can do and really free you from the things that you needed to do. Especially yung pinakamataas, pinaka-valuable na kailangan mong gawin. So in the 80-20 rule, no, marami kang pwedeng magawa. Marami kang your productivity level will go up. So samahan po mo pa ito ng mga principles in effortless productivity na kung lilipad ka na talaga. Hello Coach Nor, thank you so much for hopping in, no, for joining us. So when you talk about, so if you talk about the 80-20 rule, no, the 80-20 rule maintains that 80% of the outcome comes from the 20% of the causes. So mahit mo lang yan, no? Meron ka lang, like for example, sabi ko, pag nakuha mo yung proactive time mo, definitely you'll be able to get the output that you need, the 80%. The 80-20 rule prioritize the 20% of factors that will produce the best result. Kaya hanapin mo yung 20% mo dyan. Then a principle of the 20 rule, of the 80-20 rule is to identify the entity's best asset and use them efficiently to create maximum value. Kaya sinabi ko kanina, yung pinaka-asset ko talaga na nagawa ko no, during the public speaking is the one pager na nakuha ko talaga yung maximum value. Yung isang papel lang yun, pero it rippled effect to a lot of what I'm doing right now. No, I'm very grateful for that kay Master Coach. Now, this rule, the 80-20 rule is a precept. No, it's not a hard, fast, and mathematical rule. Hindi ibig pong sabihin nito na, mag-compute ka ng 20%. No, hindi. No, as I've said, even if try to imagine if you are in a community, 100, meron kang 100 na tao, 20 tao lang yung kausapin mo, yung tamang tao, you get the right funding. If you're an NGO, you get the right funding. Now, if 20%, if you're working in an office, makuha mo lang yung 20%, no, of doing things better, no, in the workplace, then you will be able to get the result that you want, no? So people mistakenly conclude that if 20% of factors should get priority, then the other 80% can be ignored. Hindi po ibig sabihin na ignore ko na yon. Gagawin mo pa rin. Pero ibig pong sabihin no, ibig sabihin po no, gagawin mo pa rin yung 80%, but the 20% has jump-started you to a certain space and a certain time and a certain level of energy na talagang solve ka na, may sense of well-being ka na, kaya you're able to do much more. No? You're able to do much more of the 80%. No? So, nadi-deliver na. Kasi, like sabihin ko, 20% is the one pager. Naibigay ko na eh. That's my 20%. So, hindi na ako mag-Facebook, hindi na ako mag-Facebook Live, hindi ko nagagawin yung mga, hindi, ginawa ko pa rin yun. Ginawa ko pa rin yung mga 80%. But, may edge na ako kasi yung 20% na how do you call it, na, yung 20% na pinaka-highlight, no, nagawa ko. Kaya, yung itong 80%, ginagawa ko siya, ito is easy for me already because nalagay ko na yung aking 20%, no? Yung aking foundation, yung pinaka-importante na ilagay ko diyan, kaya nakukuha ko na yung 80%. So, tanong niyan is, what is something about the 80-20 rule for your part right now that you can begin? Pwede mong simulan. No matter you're a parent, an entrepreneur, an owner of a business, probably you're a teacher having some struggle right now with your teaching job. No, I remember I just have the other day, my focus on my proactive time was really kasi June na po yung 14 was the midterms of my student in nursing leadership and management. So kailangan ko nang maibigay, no? So tinutukan ko lang yung 20% doon, nagawa ko yung aking in an hour or I think about 2 hours, nagawa ko yung midterms exam, and now yung pag-checking na lang po yung gagawin ko and recording. So it's done, no? So what in what is the 80-20 rule that you can begin from among that I have shared. I've given you an example, and most probably meron ka nang if you've listened to me, meron ka nang na-identify from the examples that I've given na magagawa mo. And if you have a goal, no? Whatever goal you may have right now, if you have a goal, what 20% from that goal can you do which you believe can give you the 80% result? No? So, yan po ay kailangan nating pagnilayan. We have to reflect on it. But as I've said, no, importante po no na ma-embrace natin itong ating 80-20 rule, no? At saka pag sinabi nating 80-20 rule, the focus, no, again, the focus is on what is more important, what matters. Kung ano yung priority, saya nga may eat the frog tayo kanina, may Eisenhower matrix tayo kanina, pwede po yung gamitin yan, no? And it is something that will truly help you move forward to the things that you have been doing. So, hindi po mangyayari yung 80-20 rule, hindi mo makukuha yung result mo if you won't budge, if you won't do anything. So even a small thing, if you're not really that, sabi mo, if iniisip mo, hindi pa ako ganun kagaling, then start small. Start from what you're doing right now. What do you believe that you will do? For example, a task that you will do that pwedeng damay-damay na lahat. Pag ginawa mo yan, may ripple effect to the rest. No? So yan po ay isang maganda. One of the 20% na nahiisip ko ngayon is pag kahit pagod ka na, gusto mo na hindi ka na naging creative, matulog ka lang, power nap ka lang ng 30 minutes, no? Mag 30 minutes power nap ka na, I'm pretty sure you wake up refreshed and now you're able to do the things na kailangan mong gawin, na you become more productive. So, marami na po, no? Marami na po na ibigay na sample. So, what can you do for yourself? If you have a goal, what 20% can you do so that you can get the 80% that you needed? No? So maraming salamat po for hopping in with me. And again, let me invite you. We have an upcoming CACC certification, co-actively co-create certification class is scheduled this December 14 and 28. So if you have been observing us, if you have not yet a life coach, but you are wanting to transition, you want to reinvent yourself, you want to try something new, you want to learn more, you want to level up, join the co-actively co-create certification class this coming December 14 and 28 at Decaf Coffee Republic. Connect now at 0917-586-1661. So maraming salamat for joining me. Now you can watch the replays of all the episode on the Facebook pages of Life Coach Philippines International, and for high definition videos, you may go to Coach AI Connect YouTube channel, and also Life Coach Philippines YouTube channel. We have that also. So don't miss tomorrow's episode. Also, we have another topic that is very powerful tomorrow. So join us same time, no? And wag kalimutan, magnilay-nilay mamayang gabi. Paano ko nga ba? If I have a goal, what is the 20% that I can do that can give me the 80% result that I want? So maraming salamat po. This is Life Coach Marife Garvin. Love, bomb, boom. God bless everyone.
As a business owner, are you overwhelmed by the need to post beautiful, engaging content every single day? Are you left wondering what to write? Tired of scrolling through stock photos that all start to look the same? Confused by complicated graphic design programs? Rise Up Creatives is here to help. Each month, we give you everything you need to create 31 days of social media content in just 5 minutes a day. Customizable captions, curated lifestyle photos, a drag-and-drop graphic design tool, and the ability to post directly to your social media accounts. No one else empowers you with these 4 resources all in one place. Each month, we help you plan your social media calendar by providing you with 31 image themes and customizable captions so you can quickly and easily create engaging content and grow your following. Simply select the image that works best for your feed or story. Then, copy the caption and customize it to fit your audience. 5 minutes a day. It's that quick. Plus, you'll absolutely love our drag-and-drop graphic design tool. Start from scratch or choose one of our beautiful templates to fit your unique brand. When you're ready to export your design, you can download, email, or post directly to your social media accounts. Here's the truth. Our world needs what you have to offer. Don't let technology or procrastination hold you back. Rise Up Creatives is more than an online resource. We're a community helping you overcome your biggest barriers to reach your greatest goals. We're here to help you rise up and be creative.